Welcome back to Dodge Freaking Viper. Yes, guys, another episode of one of the most boring YouTube channels on the market. Yes, guys, I don't have the most entertaining channel. I do apologize. Maybe one day it will become more entertaining. But first of all, guys, and realistically here, I do apologize that I have not made many videos in the past year and a half. Unfortunately, we have started a premium car care product line that has taken up a lot of time. Also, my mom's, declining health. She's old. She lives with us now. So we've been dealing with that aspect and my wife's illnesses. So unfortunately, I just have not had a lot of time, and plus losing, I kind of say, the passion to making these videos has really limited my ability to make them. But I did want to make one because today we're talking about 10 years of Viper ownership. So we're going to talk about that. Is it worth it or not? We're going to find out right now. But first, let's talk about our sponsor, Obsession for Perfection, your premium car care product line. Our truly premium advanced auto wash, which was right here, this auto wash here, is absolutely amazing. This product doesn't give you that shaving cream that everyone's going after. The shaving cream aspect doesn't really help reduce scratches. It doesn't help remove dirt. Our product is truly advanced. It actually helps remove the dirt and dust and other grime that's on your vehicle. So when you take a wash mitt to it, it reduces the chances of scratching and causing swirl marks. Also with this soap here, it gives it a nice high glossy finish. It's pH balanced, so it is safe for ceramic cars. So guys, if you're looking for a premium car wash, don't look any further. Our number one seller is also this product right here. The Showstopper. Can't beat it. It's the only product that you need for any car event, car show, or cars and coffee. It actually replaces $75 worth of products. It is great for your interior glass. If you have plastic, carbon fiber, or even leather, you guys can use this to actually clean the inside of your car. It will leave it a nice OEM matte finish. Doesn't give you that greasy, glossy feel. This is an excellent product. It is a all-purpose cleaner, and it also does your exterior. Yes, guys, if you're looking for your exterior as a quick detailer, you can use this as well. It is absolutely amazing. Use this on the body panels on the X side, and it will give it a nice high gloss finish. But that's not it, guys. Use this in your engine bays and also on your rims. So this is the only product on the market that truly does what the Showstopper does, and that's why we called it the Showstopper. Also, one of the biggest sellers also is our perfectly assessed ceramic spray. Now, a lot of times we all know that ceramic sprays, what they do, right? They're all silicone based. So you apply it to your vehicle, super easy. They talk about the hydrophobic properties and how long it lasts. But yet, when you read the fine print, yeah, you got to reapply it monthly. So does it really last that 8-9 months? No, it doesn't. Where ours is a liquid polymer. So this product will actually last on your vehicle. Most people are getting anywhere between 6 to 9 months. Many people are also getting well over 1 year off of a single application. So our products are designed to absolutely last. Best part about it, if you own a boat or jet ski, yes, you can use this as well. It goes on gel coats, finishes, and will last up to 4 months in the salt water. So guys, premium products from Obsession for Perfection. Now let's talk about the Viper a little bit more in depth. Now I purchased the Viper back in 2015. Now 2014, 2015 is really when I was looking to buy another vehicle. I've owned my Corvette for a long time at this period, and I wanted something different. I wanted a Ferrari, I wanted a Lotus, I wanted something that was a little bit unique, but I was also looking at upgrading to a Z06. I kept that in there. And of course I was looking at the Vipers. Now anyone that knows buying Vipers can be tricky, not only because of the cost, but how do you get financing on these vehicles? Now, sure, everyone can tell you to pay cash for it. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Not always, because sometimes the interest rates are so low on these auto loans that it's stupid not to get an auto loan. Just go ahead and pay it, make money elsewhere. You're going to have all these different financial advices on what to do and what not to do. But I wanted to get a loan on the vehicle and pay it off in 5 years. And that's exactly what we did with the Viper. But before I bought this one, I found a beautiful black 94 95. It was in the state of Washington. We went back and forth thinking about it. About a month or so, my wife finally gave me the green light. The day I called the dealership after I got the transport, everything ready, the vehicle had already sold. Yes, guys, it sold 4 hours before I called them, so I missed it by seriously 4 hours. I was devastated. It took me another 6 months or so before I found the right Viper. Every Viper seemed like it had accidents or a history or something to it. I wanted to find a Viper that was perfect, and I finally found it in the state of Jacksonville. Now, the problem was we had a friend coming over from Brazil, and my wife said, while Shirley's here, absolutely no Viper talk. Okay, no Viper talk. First night we went out to eat at Applebee's. What did I talk about? My dream car, the Dodge Viper. After that, she told me, again, no Viper talk, and I want to hear the word Viper while she's here. No problem. Well, that lasted less than 24 hours because that's when I actually found my Dodge Viper. Yes, guys, I finally found it. It was at a dealership for only 6 days when I actually located it. I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's a Gen 2. I love the hood. It has the rims I wanted. I love the red. I really wanted the red over the black anyway. It was everything I ever wanted in the Gen 2. And the miles were correct at 20,000. I think it was 20,500 miles is what it actually had. I called my wife. She was at the mall with her, and I told her, hey, look, I found this car. She gave me the green light, but it wasn't really a green light per se, but she gave me the green light nevertheless. So I called the dealership. I said, hey, look, we're ready to make an offer. This is what we can do. We negotiated, got the deal done like in 3 hours. They overnighted me the paperwork. I signed it back, sent it back to them. And then that Sunday, I went to go pick up the vehicle. My friend Javier went with me. I love him to death. But this guy has been known for some issues. For an example, at my other house, I gave him my 40 handgun, right? My compact 40 Smith & Wesson. He puts the magazine in. I give it to him empty, nothing in the rack, and then he puts the magazine in, racks it. I walked right by him, boom. I mean, seriously, half a second, I would have been dead. So, you know, he came with me. This is the same guy. So my first impressions of the car is I absolutely love the Viper. We didn't know how to take off the top. We wanted the top off. How do you open the hood? We didn't look at that. The hood was dirty inside. So the car just wasn't very well cleaned. I'm sure that they detailed it. It just wasn't detailed to my perfection or my expectations. So it was a little disappointing with that, but the buying experience was absolutely amazing. We got to drive home, and as I talked about my friend Javier, because he drove 4.5 hours with me to go to Jacksonville, I thought it was only appropriate to let him drive the vehicle. Little did I know it was about to rain. He gets on there, he gets on 75, he hits the gas in the rain, and yeah, the car turns absolutely sideways. We almost hit the guardrail. Yeah, so we made it home with no damage, no accident, thank God. And I pulled into our community, and everyone was like, oh my God, holy shit, this is a Viper. Now, there are nicer cars than mine in this community, don't get me wrong. There's Ferraris, there's Lamborghinis, there's V10, R8 Audis. I mean, there are some really nice vehicles in our community. So the Viper isn't like the most, but no one had one. So it was like a holy shit type of moment. Everyone was like freaking out. A lot of men, they're very envious. They were very upset. They seemed like they hated me just because I got the car. So the Viper gives you a middle finger in so many different ways. So between 2015 and 2018, there's a lot that happened. I started doing a lot of car shows. Now, when I was looking to buy a Viper, I went to a lot of car shows. They just weren't there for obvious reasons. They get kind of boring. I won a lot of car shows, lost a few, but the biggest loss was one that I went to, and they asked me if the Viper was domestic or if it was an import. Don't know how they didn't know that, but obviously I lost that one. We went to a lot of cars and coffee events. Absolutely fun time seeing why people bought certain cars and enjoyed their company. And we started Viper gatherings. Our first one was a zip line in Ocala, and then afterwards we did one in Jacksonville and at St. Augustine area. That one was very poor turnout. We had 20 people confirmed, only 6 showed up, and that was mostly because of the rain. But we were kind of disappointed with the Jacksonville owners at that time because none of them showed up. And it was really disappointing because a lot of them confirmed that they were going to be there. Yes, it is raining. We're in your neck of the woods. At least drive your regular cars to come see us. So I felt disrespected on that one. And then our Orlando ones, we had anywhere between 20 to 33 that showed up for the Orlando ones. This Saturday, we're having another one here in Tampa, so we're kind of seeing how that's going to be. Right now we have, I think it's like 9 that's confirmed, but we have 40-something people that's possibly going to show up. So we'll find out how many people really show up this weekend. In 2018, I also started more of a passion to bring my car beyond just a regular car show, but make it like a standard, like this is my billboard of who I am. I started thinking about opening up a detail garage, open up a franchise there for Chemical Guys. And we did all their products, tried the different products, did everything. I just weren't happy with their products. I just was never happy. I always loved Adams. Adams was a brand I've always liked. And so we would go back and forth with this. And then when they gave me their contract, I read through the contract. I was absolutely no way am I going to do it. And you can see why they went out of business. A lot of detail garages have gone out of business for obvious reasons. But that's one of the reasons why. I mean, it just didn't make financial sense to open up a detail garage. So that made me actually become more passionate about opening up our own brand, doing research and development, hiring the right chemist and the right manufacturer to actually make our products. So that has started going in there to see whether or not that was even an option, right? I didn't want to put products on the market that are basically the same as what you can buy at Walmart. That was not my goal, and that's what I would not sell for. I wanted the best of the best, and that's what we did because I want the Viper to be recognized as one of the best automotive cars in the history. So that whole idea started happening where I was going to really make the Viper the focal point of my company. Even on our logos, it has the picture of my Viper. So you can understand that our brand is very much tied into the Dodge Viper. In 2019, we were coming back from a go-kart racing event, and I blew the right rear tire of my car. I thought I blew the transmission or the engine. I would hear da 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 da. I'm like, what is this? I'm shifting gears and it's still making that noise. I'm like, oh my God, I blew the engine. We pulled off at a gas station, got off the interstate, and yeah, I had damage to the tire. Called my wife, she got the spare tire, got up there, I changed it, drove it home, and the car basically set from 2019 to 2021. Now in that same period of time, I sold a house, built a custom built house, moved in, and still didn't have tires for my car. So it took over a year and a half to be able to locate any tires for my car. Finally found some through Pirelli. They had to overnight it from Turkey, so it was very expensive. But finally got tires for my car from 2022 to 2025. I met one of my best friends here in the community. His name is Shane. He has a black Gen 3 Viper. He had moved down from Chicago, and basically I was driving my wife's car and I saw him drive by and I'm like, holy crap, that's a Gen 3 Viper. I went on Facebook, hey, who owns a black Gen 3? And his wife responded, hey, I think it was my husband. And he came over, big detailing guy. He, when I told him about our products and he tried our products, he absolutely loves them. There's a lot of products that he was really into, like System X and some of these other big, I say premium product lines. But he absolutely said our products were, beyond expectations. So he absolutely loves our products. And he's honest. I mean, when he tried one of my products, he didn't like it. He told me I didn't like the product. So I'm not saying that he likes it just because it's my products. He truly tries our products, and there's certain things that work for him and certain things that don't. Like our soaps don't work for him, right? These are too expensive for his use, so he uses McGuire's Gold. I understand that. He doesn't have to use all my products, but he uses the Showstopper and our ceramic spray because they're absolutely the best products on the market. So with that being said, we started doing Viper gatherings. It was called Viper Glory. During this time, we met another Viper owner in our community I didn't know about. He had a red Gen 3 Viper. Unfortunately, he was going through a lot of financial issues and got rid of the Viper shortly after we found him. Didn't attend any of our events. But the Viper Glory, we enjoyed each other. I mean, we did detailing days, we did mechanical days. During this time period, I had my clutch cylinder fail. So we had to get a new clutch cylinder, and then while I'm in there, we replaced the clutch. So there's a lot of things that we did together, and it was a really good bunch of guys, but unfortunately, some of them moved out of state, some of them went overseas, and some of them just sold their vehicles. So that group kind of went down. But during any of our, functions with our company that, we had the Viper there with our car care product line, people stopped to talk about the Viper and what it meant to them and what, it made them think of their childhood and how it really changed the automotive industry and all the people that were involved in it. And so everyone has a story when it comes to the Viper. Now, during this 10 years, I have met some great people and some ungreat people. So let's talk about the cons of the Viper. First of all, the trunk space. You have no trunk space. You ain't going out with this vehicle to a beach, okay? You're not going to be able to fit a cooler. You're not taking it to the golf clubs. It doesn't fit them. You can't put a set of golf clubs in the vehicle. The miles per gallon absolutely is horrendous in this vehicle. It gets like 8 miles a gallon if you're lucky. Replacement parts, yeah, they were hard to find. And when you find them, the cost of replacement parts, if you're looking for headlights, $10,000, yeah, they're expensive. The hood is expensive. And speaking of the hood, every girl that sees your vehicle thinks they're all of a sudden an Instagram model, right? They will sit in it, they will cause scratches, you have to buff it, you have to do paint corrections, all because people sit on your hood trying to think that they're doing some type of photo shoot and your car's in it without your permission. And then also the bullshit stories you hear. Every single person is going to tell you a story about the Viper that is absolutely full of shit. It happens. I haven't met one of them yet that I'm just like, oh man, this is a true story. Everyone tells you, and you can tell right away when they're full of shit. But that happens a lot with the Viper, so be ready for that. But there are a lot of pros. The V10 sound is absolutely amazing, especially on the Gen 2 going out the rear extending exhaust. I don't think there's a better sounding Viper than the Gen 2. Limited production numbers, again, when you buy a Corvette, there are 50,000 of those exact same Corvettes likely the same year. Maybe it's more like 30,000, but there are some years where they build 50,000 Corvettes. So you're talking about a car that, like the Viper, like my RT10, there's 379 made in 98. So understand it's a limited production vehicle, whereas the Corvette is a mass-produced car. So it's the limited and the rarity of the vehicle that makes it so cool. I think the Viper was very comfortable. Yes, the pedals are offset and that does take time to get used to, but the seats themselves are very comfortable and I absolutely love sitting inside the car. It is absolutely perfect for the time period, right? Everyone talks about how cheap and everything is. Everything was cheap. If you looked at a Ferrari, yes, it was cheap. It may have leather on the dash, but all the leather is peeling. So really it's all plastic anyway with leather covering it. So it's not something that's that far greater than the Viper. Or if you look at the Ferrari F40, doesn't even have door handles, okay? So let's be realistic. Everything's not always great just because it's Italian and it's Ferrari or Lamborghini. You know, the Viper was purpose-built, and I absolutely love that about the Viper. The overall design, the exterior, makes the car look absolutely sexy. The history of the Viper, all the people that was involved and how it changed the automotive industry, and the V10 that the Viper has. And no, the V10 is not at all related to the V10 in the truck. There's not one part that's identical. So guys, stop with this whole idea. Overall, 10 years later, was buying the Viper worth it? Yeah, absolutely. It has been an inspiration like no other. Guys, if you're looking at buying a Viper and you want some opinions and you want some stuff, feel free to ask me. I'll give you any of my honest feedback on it. Thank you for watching this video as always. And if you're thinking about buying a Viper, don't wait. Go ahead and buy it before it's too late. Life's too short to drive boring cars.